At this point, you should have added all of your interesting details to your perspective drawing. Now it's time to trace all of your lines with Sharpie. It might help to start with the objects that don't have straight lines, or that interrupt your straight lines. Sharpie works best when you barely touch it to the paper. If you leave it in one place too long, it will bleed and make a big old splotch. If you push too hard, it'll squish the tip of the Sharpie, and then you won't be able to get a really nice clean line. When you're drawing very small details and lines that are close together, be very careful, as you might find that you need to make the space in between your lines bigger so your Sharpie doesn't bleed into one single big black blob. If you've finished tracing all of your wavy and wiggly and organic lines, you're ready to start on your straight lines. Always use your ruler, line it up with your previous line and make sure it goes to the vanishing point, and then trace your line. While it's a bit of a pain to continue to go back to the vanishing point after you've already done it with pencil, it's worth the extra effort because it will allow you to catch some mistakes that you might otherwise have missed. You might end up making a mistake or two while you're tracing with Sharpie. That's okay. You can use your imagination and turn it into a happy accident. Otherwise, if it's a small mistake, the person who's most likely to notice is you. You've traced all your pencil lines with Sharpie, using a ruler when necessary for those straight lines to make sure they're neat and crisp. Now your job is to erase all of the extra pencil that's underneath. Don't bother trying to do this with a pencil eraser because it's so small it's going to take you forever and your pencil eraser is going to be gone before you get halfway through the paper. A strategy that I like to use is to put my hand down so that my finger and my thumb make a V. That will hold the paper still while I take my eraser and gently erase in that V that my finger and my thumb are making. When I've thoroughly erased that area, I can move my V and erase in a systematic way to make sure that I get all of the pencil. If you just erase randomly all over your page, you're bound to miss some. I realize already that I forgot to trace the lines on my sidewalk. So before I go any further and erase any more, I'm going to trace those lines now. If you notice any lines that you missed, stop erasing immediately and get those lines before you forget about them. Now I'm going to continue erasing on the second half of my paper. Here I noticed some more lines that I missed, so I'm going to stop erasing and get those on there real fast. Back to erasing.